Robert Kraft is accused of soliciting prostitution at a Florida massage parlor, charges he denies. But lost in the headlines are the stories of the victims, the girls and the women forced into prostitution. After Kraft, we started digging and found similar situations here in Massachusetts, hiding in plain sight. Puni Kim Meston has found peace after 6 years in her teens that were anything but peaceful. Raised in Tibet, her parents were nomads who didn't speak English.
When I first met him, I think I was around 12 or 13.
She was brought to Massachusetts by a Northborough minister. What were you and your family promised?
He would treat me like his daughter, and that I was really too smart to stay in the village.
But that's not what happened to her. Landing in Massachusetts at age 14, she went from a refugee camp in Tibet to a victim of international sex trafficking, what prosecutors would later describe as years of forced sex and torture. She says the minister used threats to control her and coerce her.
He told me that, first of all, no one is going to believe you. He told them my parents will go to jail in India.
Meston testified at the trial of the Northborough minister who was convicted of rape and indecent assault and battery in 1992. He spent 4 years in prison. Here in Boston, not every victim of sex trafficking comes from across the world. Of the nearly 160 girls helped by My Life, My Choice, a Boston nonprofit that helps get the girls out of sex trafficking,
the vast majority of people being trafficked here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts are kids who've grown up right in our neighborhoods.
They are American girls, some rescued from massage parlors in Beverly, Medford, Lynn, and Quincy during police raids.
We could tell you stories of young people we've served in the suburban areas of Brookline and Lexington and Newton.
The average age of these victims, 14, and 85% are part of the state's child welfare system.
These young people that are being exploited in this way are hidden in plain sight. They're in our schools. They're in our child welfare offices.
Hidden in plain sight, but not all that difficult to find. This estimated billion-dollar business fueled in part by public websites like RubMaps, a literal guide to places offering sex for money. RubMaps publishes reviews for massage parlors who are allegedly offering sex services for sale. Searching the website, NBC 10 investigators found 240 are offering or have offered sex services. Each review explains the allegedly available sex acts, how much to tip for sex, and gives readers an in-depth detail of the experience. We even found 35 of the listed massage parlors were 1,000 feet or less from schools. RubMaps did not respond to NBC 10 investigators' repeated requests for comment.
Human trafficking is the fastest growing criminal enterprise right now worldwide.
Massachusetts Attorney General Maura Healey has made prosecuting sex trafficking a priority, prosecuting more than 50 cases in the last few years.
For far too long, these women, who are really the victims of exploitation, were prosecuted themselves. The focus is now on those who are buying commercial sex.
Sex traffickers and the Johns should be a little nervous.
I would think so.
Puni Meston attended school and went to the minister's church. She still wonders how no one noticed what was happening to her. Are we somehow complacent in the role that we play?
It's hard for us to accept that we are part of the equation here.
As for those website reviews, police say their investigations are often difficult because the women fear deportation or don't speak English. In Washington, prosecutors charged and convicted some of the men writing those reviews with promoting prostitution, something our Attorney General says she's looking into. Karen Hensel, NBC 10 Boston Investigators.